We are here and ready to go. It is Brian and Gideon and Jeremiah and myself, and we're going to meet Woody up at the top, and we're going to do a night on Bell Mountain. It is absolutely a gorgeous day. Blue sky, it's going to be 60 degrees, and tonight's only supposed to be in the high 30s. I think Gideon picked the best weekend possible to do this, and I'm really looking forward to it. And here we go, up the trail. This side of Bell Mountain is the uphill side, but it's lovely, and I hope the day lasts a long time. November 9th, Bell Mountain, not quite Bell Mountain, Ozark Trail.
Well, it's nice.
Missed the colors by a couple weeks, but still very spectacular, and a beautiful day. Just made the turn off the Ozark Trail up to Bell Mountain Trail, and I'm hiking in shirt sleeves. Yep, November 9th, and it's short sleeve weather on the trail, so it's a lovely day. Here's the animal pond that I'm going to stock up with water for the hang. Didn't want to carry it up the hill, so I got to get it here. Well, we're on top of Bell Mountain. The sun's glare might make this difficult to see, but I hope you can still see some of the awesome orange and yellows that are on the hill. This is just a wonderful view. This is my view out of my hammock. Gently swaying here in the afternoon. Don't you wish you were me right now?
The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, the queerest they ever did see.
Outstanding.
Was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge, hear the coyote. I cremated Sam McGee. Let's give that a pause here and listen to the sounds of nature here. Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold. The land of gold seemed to grip him like a spell. Though he'd often say in his homely way, he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we're mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold. Through the parka's fold that stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we closed, our lashes froze. Sometimes we couldn't see. Wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. That very night as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, dogs were fed. Stars o'erhead were dancing heel and toe. He turns to me and, "Cap," says he, "I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request." He looked so low I couldn't say no. Then he said with a kind of a moan, "It's that cursed cold. It's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. It ain't being dead. It's the awful dread of an icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear, through foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains." Well, pal's last need is a thing to heed, and I swore I wouldn't fail. And we were off at the crack of dawn, but God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched in the sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. Before nightfall, a corpse was all that remained of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death as I hurried on, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and your brains, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate these last remains." Promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were numb, in my heart how I cursed that load. The long, long night by the lone firelight, while the huskies all round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. But on we went, though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to that ghastly thing, and it would hearken with a grin. Till we came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, where a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. I looked at it, and I thought a bit. Then I looked at my frozen chum. "There," said I with a sudden cry, "is my crematorium." Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was laying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The furnace roared, and the flames just soared. Such a blaze you seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. I made a hike because I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. The heavens scowled, and the huskies howled. The wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheek, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke formed an inky cloak that streaked across the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I huddled in grisly fear. But the stars came out and they danced about ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, "I'll take a peek inside. I guess he's cooked. It's time I looked." Then the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile. And he said, "Shut the frickin' door." That's my own. "It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll live in the cold and the storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm." The Cremation of Sam McGee by Robert Service.
Ah.
That was good, Chuck.
I get this view directly from my hammock. I don't even have to get out to watch the sunrise.